Good morning. My name is Adam Kahn, Fix My Hair, and this is my half-assed video. I should probably done that before I came on, right? So I don't think I need to do my normal disclaimer because I'm just going to vent about an episode that happened with Apple and my phone recently. I bought a new phone maybe 6 or 7 months ago that was giving me problems from day one. I should have said something in the beginning. It was a total mistake on my part. Still under warranty, and I reached out to Apple. Actually, I reached out to AT&T at first. I spent about a week with AT&T running some diagnosis. They put in a new eSIM or something, which I've learned since because I'm not good with the terminology. Still having the same problems. They're telling me it's not the network, even though it feels like it's all network-related issues. To be fair, the one thing that doesn't make sense is I have the same problems at home that I do in California, and my wife and son, who are also on the same network, they're not having the same issues, and I didn't have the issue previously when I had a different Apple phone and the ones before. Either way, as I got to Apple support, I spent the next 3 days, about 6 hours on the phone, one with I want to say her name was Jessica, who was wonderful and went through. We did a network reset. That she was hoping that would actually be the fix and that would be the end of it, because I am 100% with them. The best resolve is that we get the phone working, because to be perfectly honest, I don't want a new phone. I'm not, like, it makes no difference to me. I would rather the one that I have working properly, because it already has everything set up. It's already the way I want it. I'm not the greatest at this tech stuff, which you guys all know, so getting a new phone means all those new headaches of this and that and the other. So my goal is the same as Apple's. The network didn't fix it. They did a full restore on the phone too. Unfortunately, for some reason, I was getting an error message, which they attributed to the wire for the restore. I forgot this when I went to the Apple store, to be fair, because I told them that I did a full restore, and I'm guessing when they looked, it didn't look like that, but I didn't remember the error. And what Apple said is it was a 1667, which they thought was due to the cord. We tried a different cord. Both of my cords are bought through the Apple store, but still, for whatever reason, when hooking up to the computer with iTunes, it wasn't working properly. The next manager was really polite and kind of said, look, you've gone through all the steps with us. I'm going to try one more thing, but I think what we're going to have to do is send you a new phone. When you receive it, there'll be a box. You put your old phone in there and you send back your old one. We collect a credit card just as a security, so in case we don't get the other phone back, you'll get charged, since the goal is not to have two phones. All makes sense. So I tell Josie and I go, hey, what if I just went to one of the stores? Can they do the swap at the store? She says, of course. But just to be safe, I'll send you an email with my personal information in case they give you a bit of a hard time. But I'm also going to email the store, put the notes in there, let them know that they're authorized to do the swap and that it's no issue, so that you can go in and take care of it. Sets up the appointment for 6:20 last night, and I go into the store to where they start the process over. As soon as the guy who's helping me starts, I say, look, you're welcome to do all of that again, but I already went through it with support, who should have sent you an email letting you know that you can swap out the phone and. He's like, I understand that, but we have a process at the store too. I said, that's great. You can start going through your process, but can I please speak to your manager? Emily comes out and we start talking, and I get a lot of very polite apologies, acknowledging that they've received notes from corporate and support, but that the store has a different policy anyway. So I questioned, did they send the email saying you can swap out the phone? Because she also acknowledges that they have more leeway and that they are the boss, that they are corporate, and because of that, they get to make these decisions. So I said, can I see the communication so that I can understand what they've said to you, because you're not doing what they've told me you would? And she says, no, that's internal, which I understand. But I'm still getting frustrated because they've told me you'll replace the phone and you're telling me you refuse to. To which she says, well, I'm just stuck because that's our store policy, which I repeat, but you have the email from the people you've told me give you authority to be able to do that. And I keep getting the runaround. About 45 minutes of this, they offer to do a repair on the phone, which will take 3 to 5 days for the part to come in. I then get to business days. I then get to use the phone for a week to see if I still have the same problems, and if I do, I can then come back to the store where we can discuss it again, when I've already gone through this with corporate who's agreed to replace the phone. Why the store would refuse to follow corporate directions, I have no idea, and I'm beyond frustrated. So I go back, I call support, I get a new person. I still have Josian's number, who also sends an email to him and says, I'm really sorry. I don't know why the store was not on the same page as us. So you explain that to me as a consumer, where the disconnect is. So unlike most people, I go back to the store and I ask to talk to Emily. And I tell her I called support, and their answer is I don't understand why the store is not on the same page as us. And her response is, I'm sorry that support gave you bad information. They must not know how the store operates. And I say, could you do me a favor? Could you put that in writing? And she says, well, I can give you the Apple, guidelines. I go, no, Emily, I'd like you to put in writing what you just said to me, which is that support doesn't understand how you operate and gave me bad information, so that I can share that with them, and maybe you guys can work on the communication in those gaps to improve it. Because as a consumer, when I'm talking to corporate and being sent to their retail store and you're telling me you can't follow their direction, I'm stuck in a really bad spot and wasting my day and my time, and I don't know where to go, and you guys are making it really difficult, and you have the notes that even corporate confirmed you have. So you're now acknowledging you do have that email and they've given you permission to swap it out. But your answer to me is they've given me bad information and don't understand how you operate. You are all the same company. So I would like that information to provide to them so that the company can improve this so that other consumers don't have the issue of being told to be sent to your store and you guys ignoring what you're being asked to do. So if somebody from Apple can communicate with me and just explain the best procedure, because I've spent over a week and probably about 10 or 12 man hours on this, and my time's valuable too. I use the phone for work. The YouTube videos are kind of fun, but I use the phone for talking to clients and everything, and I'm constantly losing calls. I'll go buy another one in the end, but I thought that you would help take care of it. The time it's taking is getting more frustrating. We'll see where it goes from here. Anyway, hopefully this doesn't get the most likes. I'm a little worried that this is going to be my biggest video yet, because I'm much more excited about my financial stuff than venting about some silly thing with the Apple phone. Anyway, I'm sure I caused Emily some stress. I apologize to her personally, because I know I can be frustrating. But really, Apple, guys, this isn't okay. I'm a good consumer. We have 5 Apple phones, 3 iPads, watches. I use iTunes. I'm not, really. Somewhere somebody has to do a better job of communicating between support and the stores or something, unless your goal is really just to be a roadblock. I don't think it is. You've always been a really good company. Even the stuff I was reading about how the stores have moved from hiring, computer nerds who loved Apple products and just love this stuff to being retail salespeople with number goals. I understand the changes. I love growth of company, but there has to be a balance of still staying true to doing the best job for people, because you make a good product. You want my help? I'd love to help, but let's improve a little bit if we can. Thank you. Thumbs up, subscribe, whatever. Send questions or comments again. I think it'll be funny when and if this will be my best video.